Good morning, traders, and welcome to another Bitcoin and cryptocurrency morning update. There is not an awful lot to report in the market. As usual, we've had a move down overnight, and we're just still playing within this range here that we have going on. So I will go over some of the levels. They're the same levels that we've been looking at for the whole week, even since kind of back here. Nothing new at all, really. But yeah, let's go over it. So we can see here, let's go down on to a slightly lower time frame. We have this weekly and this point of control here, which is coming in as kind of quite a nice like EQ of this range, like a nice little midpoint. And you can see that it's just these constant like support resistance levels that you get off of that. So yesterday we were making these higher low, higher high, higher low, and then this failed at the top here yesterday. So we were looking for this daily level to get hit, but really, yeah, it just kind of peeked its head above this hourly area into the point of control from this high up here, and had a bit of a rollover. We had little bounces off of the VWAP, we had little bounces off of the anchored VWAP, we had a nice bounce here off of the weekly, which at this point was the range point of control as well. So this was slightly higher, like exactly on this weekly. So that gave a nice 2.5% bounce yesterday. And that's the thing, really, at the moment. Just trade each level as they come. It's a really uncrowded market right now. There's a lot of people out of the market, and all these levels are giving quite nice trades at the moment. So while open interest is fairly low, whilst we're arranging, it's just consistently kind of chopping retail up. And just keep trading the levels as we get them. So most recently, we've just had this potential swing failure pattern off of this low here. So what I'm looking at mainly is that we kind of have a range going on from around here to these lows here. So we've got a bit of a range that can be traded. This weekly, if you look at it, it's right in the middle. So that gives us a really nice like horizontal level to take as the EQ if we were to pull fibs from this, which you wouldn't really, but it does react quite nicely as the EQ of this range. So at the moment, I'm thinking of kind of a short-term move up. Let's see if this can come back into this weekly and test that. That would be probably the preferred trade for myself at the moment, would be to come back in here, see what the reaction is like at this point. And then, either we get a rejection and we lose this range and start to come down, or it reclaims and comes back up to the top of it. Of course, this might not get this bounce here. So far, everything we've had is like these like consistent VWAP, 1.5% bounce. Weekly, we had a 2.5% bounce. Here, we've had about 2% bounce, which is decent. Or 2.5% bounce. Decent enough. So that might be all we get. Shorts are performing better locally. We are in a local downtrend. So you can see that very clearly if we go onto the 15-minute chart that we've not actually changed market structure yet on any of these lower time frames. So again, this could roll over. We could lose this range as support, and then we are looking at lower prices. Now, I do have some key targets to the downside. So on here, I have two levels that I'm very aware of, and these are both a naked point of control from the same day. So this is naked point of control from this day. But what I have on here is the kind of typical NPOC that you have from, okay, let's have a look at what the volume profile is like. And this is a very clear point of control here. If you have a higher tick size going on, or like just a standard tick size for visual reference. But I also want to be aware of the one tick point of control, which is kind of the most accurate kind of depiction or view of where there is a major position within this market. So there was a big yeah, this 34k level was just a very big level overall. And then the 33,600 is what you kind of have more on the profile. So I'm looking at both of those levels. It doesn't have like a huge amount of confluence with the fibs down there. So if we were to go for our kind of local fib, it's stuck somewhere between the 618 and the 786. If we pull this down, then yes, we do have that golden pocket there, but at this point it's like, okay, we're probably more likely to have to pull this one up. Which, so again, it's like areas of interest, but as the actual levels and the horizontals to take, these are the two key ones for me. That takes out these lows, it takes out these lows, so it takes out any kind of significant low apart from the ones that at this stage must hold. So yeah, if this rolls over, it's not looking very strong at the moment, then I am looking down here. And that would be, what are we? We're end of the month, we're end of the week. So yeah, we might stay in this range. That's probably the more likely, as this does just stay in a range with it being a Friday. But definitely a nice trade to the downside here if we do lose this level. There's also CME expiry today as well. So yeah, it could go either way. Again, if this gets reclaimed throughout the day, I don't think that's likely. Then we do have this daily. And we've got the previous all-time high, we've got the old range low, and then we look up towards 48k there. So yeah, I think that's really like everything on Bitcoin. There's not a whole lot to go over. Yesterday we had, oh, where's this? There we go. Yeah, so you can see this point of control coming down quite nicely down here. You can see how we got that nice back test of this point of control off the daily yesterday. So TPO is giving us some nice stuff. We had some really nice trades yesterday, so that London session was just a really nice trending session. We're thinking this might hold a bit more of a range up the top here, but as soon as you kind of lost this market structure and you started to lose this trend, it was always likely to come back and fill all the single prints that were created, and then just continued weakness. We lost the weekly and we moved down to the next level. So yeah, nice trading level by level as always. We have quite a wide IB here on the London session. We are below VWAP. I think at this point I would probably say this was quite a nice test of the BT from the previous session, so from our open session, and now we're into London. We did come back here, we test the buying tail of this, and no lower. We then have got a bit of a change of market structure going on here on the TPO, so yeah, I'd say we're looking up at 37,500 area as quite a likely target for this, and then we can be looking higher back to the daily point of control or back up to this weekly level. Yeah, so round things up on Bitcoin, I think slightly favor a move up off of this after we've had this chop and this swing failure pattern of these lows, but if not, then it's a really clear area to the downside here that we have on Bitcoin. Let's have a look on Ethereum. So Ethereum, that's quite a nice drop off that we've had here. So we have come back just to test into this previous range over here. We've taken these lows, and at this point that's probably, yeah, most of the inefficiencies on this chart covered. This is nice. So we have got the anchored VWAP from the low and this daily coming in here. So actually Ethereum looks a really good trade right now as a long. So yeah, anyone who got into that this morning, that looks like a very good trade. Again, if this gets lost, then we'd be looking at these lows here. And if things get really messy, then we're going back down to the weekly. But yeah, in terms of like here's the daily. This is what it tried to hold as support, as super choppy support. Obviously came below into this weekly level, had this reclaim, and now this is a nice back test with space above, so it has come in from above. We have this anchored VWAP going on here, and yeah, Ethereum right now is the more technical trade for sure. And this move down from Bitcoin has really helped to get this, so that's really good. Yeah, Ethereum I like, and I would say we're looking back towards kind of 26, just, yeah, roughly we're probably looking back towards this area, 2650, 2660 area on this. If, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum can hold. Litecoin, yeah, rejection off of the these levels that we've got here. Still just playing around with these horizontals. This is quite a nice kind of bottoming structure that we've got going on off of Litecoin. So we kind of do this and we start to come back up, and the symmetry there is quite nice. So well, you could say at this point again, we do have levels, all of which could hold as support. We could also obviously come all the way back down to this weekly, but yeah, Litecoin again, similar things to the other alts. Link, similar to Ethereum, I guess, with a back test of this weekly. So we had it holding as resistance, we came back, reclaimed it. So that was the reclaim, and now we are doing the back test of that level. So again, you can see how well this is respecting all of these key horizontal levels. Just every single one of them really, really nice. We'll have to go onto log scale for this, and it's a little bit messy. So yeah, let's leave that because my link chart is much more macro, and a 4-hour chart just won't work. Everything's pretty red on the alts today, so nice retracements across the board. Doja's green. It's barely. Yeah, so that is everything I really want to go over today. I'm not that interested right now in trading alts, but there are some nice structures being formed here. Like Filecoin looks pretty good. Dot had a nice bounce, so everything's had like nice bounces and in the process, whereas yesterday everything was at resistance. Today everything is almost like trying to flip areas into support again. So there are some quite interesting things going on across a lot of the altcoins, especially with Ethereum, and that being the kind of one that is leading this all at the moment. We could, if this holds, be set for quite a nice weekend bounce on some of the altcoins. So yeah, that's about everything. As usual, I will be in the Discord for anyone who wants me. So yeah, if you are not already part of our Discord, then please do come and join us. The link is in the description below. I won't show it on screen because this won't show how it's set up at the moment. But yeah, do come and join us. And yeah, as always, I'll be around in the chat, and we'll be trading all these levels that we have throughout the day. Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. I will see you all on the next update. And yeah, have a great weekend. Cheers, guys. Bye.